Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Guys, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on notification bell so you get notified anytime I upload a new video, okay? So today I'll be showing you how I made this beautiful dress. This dress is for a year and 6 month old child. So if you want to make for a bigger or a smaller child, you can measure the child, but the process remains the same. All right, let's get started, guys. So guys, just fold your fabric into 4. See the way I did it. Just look at what I did. Okay, like so. Folded it and then folded it again. So I just imputed the shoulder measurement, which is 5 inches, and I'm going ahead to impute the armhole measurement, which is 4.5. All right, and then the length of the upper part is 11 inches. I'm using the entire fabric. On that waist part, I'm putting the waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. This 1 inch is my sewing allowance. Then I'm just going ahead to connect from that shoulder down to the armhole, as you can see me doing. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is to connect that armhole to the waist measurement, and I'm curving in the armhole. So the next thing is to measure the neck 2 inches. Okay, then the depth is 2.2 inches. I'll connect it like so. This is for the front, and then for the back I'll measure 1.1 inches for the depth, and then the width remains the same. All right, so this is for the front and this is for the back. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and connect the neck to the armhole like so. I'll connect it to the shoulder, and then I'm going ahead to cut it like so. Then I'll cut the back first. You have to cut the back first. Okay, then I'm cutting off the shoulder, then I'm removing the back. Okay, so I'm arranging the front so that I'll be able to cut the neck. All right, so I'm just cutting the front neckline. As you can see, this is the front neckline. Remember to remove the back, please, before cutting the front. So I'll just come in by 2 inches, and then I'll connect it as you can see me doing. All right, so I'll go in with my scissors and I'll just cut it like so. Then I'll throw this one away. Then I'll grab this one and place on another fabric, making sure the right side is facing each other, and I'll cut it out like this. So I'm trying to duplicate it so that we'll have 2 pieces for the front. Okay, so this is what we have after duplicating it. Our front set is ready, the 2 pieces. Okay, so to cut the neck frill, see the fabric is 2 pieces of fabric. 2 pieces of fabric of equal length and equal width. Okay, so I'm just folding it like so. All right, and then I'll go ahead and I'll fold it again, just as you can see me doing, and then I'll measure it. This is what I have. All right, 6 by 9. Okay, all right, so I'll just go ahead and get the radius. The radius I'm using is 3 inches. All right, 3 inches radius. I'll just measure that 3 inches round. This is where we're trying to cut the frill for the neck. We're trying to cut flay. So I'll measure the radius, and then the length is also 3 inches. So from that radius, I'll measure my 3 inches round. Okay, this 3 inches includes the allowance for the folding. You know, this is a child, so you don't want the frills to be too big. Okay, so that it won't overshadow the child. All right, so I'll just go ahead, I'll cut it like so. All right, I'll cut it out like so. This is it. Let me open it. We have 2 pieces here. You see, we have 2 pieces. So I'll just go ahead, I'll just cut it open like so, so that I can join it. So that it will be very long, I can join it here. So this is it. So for the down part of the gown, this is what I have here. All right, this is the down part. Okay, so I have 20 inches wide. All right, then the length from the waist to the length is 14 inches, including the sewing allowance. So I'll just come up by 3 to 4 inches. 3 inches is okay for a child, so it won't be too high. Came up by 3 inches, and then I'm just curving it slightly so that it will have that slant curve, and then I'm just cutting it out like so. just for it to have that slant curve. Okay, I'm just trying to trim. So you see it has that slant curve. This is it. So this is the waist. When we gather it, this is what we're going to have. Okay, so I'll just set it aside. This is the upper part, and these are the frills. Okay, so I'll go to my machine. I'll just join the shoulder as I'm doing right now. I'm joining the shoulder. Okay, the back together. See the shoulder, joining the front to the back. All right, I'm also trying to join this one. Please hold it down with a pin. If you're working with a fabric that is not steady, like this, my fabric, it's actually a satin fabric, it's not steady, so you might want to use pin to hold it down, especially if you're for a beginner, so that you will not have difficulty sewing it. All right, and then iron it very well. Okay, I'm done joining the shoulders, guys. All right, so I'm just trimming out the pin, trimming out the thread. So this is what I have after joining the shoulder. Then to pipe the armhole, just get a strip of fabric, measure your armhole, the round armhole. Then the width of the strip is 1.2 inches. The width is 1.2 inches. Then the length depends on the armhole you're working with. So you have to measure the armhole you're working with. That will determine the length of the piping strip. Okay, so just go ahead, sew it. We're trying to, just the way you turn bias, that is how we're turning this one. So just turn it the way you turn your bias. Okay, you can actually use bias for this. If you find this method difficult, you can actually use bias for it. But this method is actually beginners friendly. It's not difficult to achieve. So I'm done sewing it, guys. So I'll just go ahead, I'll turn it out, I'll turn it to the other side. Before then, I will notch it. Anytime you sew a curve line, always notch it so that it will balance very well, right? So I'll notch it and then see what I'm doing now. I'm tucking it in and then I'm sewing it. I'll just sew it to the end and I'll do same for the other arm. Okay, so I'm done doing that. So this is the frills. I'll just go and I'll join it together like I said earlier. The two frills, I'll join it together like so, and then I'll go and I'll fold it. I'll fold the down part. This is it after joining it together. So I'll just go and I'll fold it like so. I'll fold it all through. From this part is actually a very long ruffles. So I'll just do, this is actually a flounce. Okay, so I'll just sew it down. I'm almost there, I'm almost done. So you see how you see how I'm doing it carefully. So take your time and do it carefully. You will love the outcome. Just do it carefully, and this is it. So I'm just going ahead. I want you to have a little gather. So I'm just sewing the upper part with loose stitches. I didn't gather it. I'm just making my machine sew it loosely so that it will have a little more gather, so that the flayness will not be too much. I hope you understand. So I'm just sewing it basically, but with a very loose stitches, very loose, so that it will gather it small. Okay, so this is it. You see what it did to it. You see it. So right now, to join it to the upper part, we are going to sew it from the hem round to the neck down to the other hem. All right, like so. See how I'm sewing it. Okay, I'm just sewing it from this part of the hem down to the other side. When I get to the other side, I won't sew it to the ending. I will stop halfway, maybe 2 to 3 inches before the hem. So notice I didn't sew it down to this other part. I stopped somewhere. You see, I stopped halfway, so I'll just trim it out so that you see what I mean. You see where I stopped? I didn't sew it down. Okay, you see, because it's going inside. You don't want it to be very big or very bulky there. So I'm going to pipe it now. You know this ruffles is in front of the clothes, so we don't want to leave rough edges in front of the clothes. So we're also going to pipe it. Just cut a very long strip like you see me holding, and then you sew it. The strip is about 1.5 inches wide. You can make it 1.2 or 1.3. But this one is up to 1.5 inches wide. Then make it as long as longer than the neckline. If you have any excess, you can trim it off. So just sew it. Just follow the process. If you need to watch the video over and over again, you watch so that you understand it very well. Okay, so just follow the process like so. By the time you're sewing this dress, you'll be able to figure it out. Okay, so just sew it down. We're trying to pipe it, sew it down completely. So you see, I'm turning it now. This is the piping, the neckline. You see, I'm piping it. Then keep sewing. Keep piping it. Make it smooth and make it neat. Make sure it covers your other stitches, okay, so that there won't be any rough edges. Okay, this is it. I'm done piping the neck. See how fine it is. Then I'm shaping the side with 1/2 inch. The two sides with 1/2 inch. See it? I'm also shaping the other part, the other side with 1/2 inch. Then this place, I just want to hold it down. I just want to hold it down with a basting stitch, just with a loose stitch, just to hold it down so that the clothes will not be dancing. Please don't sew the one under. See how I'm pushing away that one under? Yes, the back one. Don't sew it with the, just the front that I'm holding down. You see, I'm just holding only the front. Yeah. So don't sew the one that is down, the back one. Remove it from your way as you sew. See what I did? You see? So this is it for the ruffles that will be on the down part. This is the ruffle that will be on the down part. It's very long, longer, like 2 times longer than the hem of the down part. Okay? Then the inches you will use is left to you. Is you that know how many inches, how wide you want your down ruffles to be. So I just folded it and then I gathered it. You can pleat it on the cloth or you gather it on your machine. So to fix it now, see what you do. Just come down by 3 inches from the waistline. Come down by 3 inches. That is where you start sewing the ruffles for the down part. I started sewing it from 3 inches. You see how long my ruffles is? It's just a long fabric that I just cut, okay? So you keep sewing it. Sew it till you get to the end, the other waistline, all right? So you cut off the excess if you have any excess, all right? So this is the waist. I'm trying to gather the waist. You know the waist is bigger, is big. It's 2 times the waist measurement or even 3 times the waist measurement. So I'm trying to gather it. See it, I've gathered it now. You see, I just went ahead, I sewed it and I gathered it. You see it? This is how you should do yours. Okay, then notch that part, the 3 inches, where the 3 inches started, notch it. Then you top stitch it. You can top stitch the ruffles. So just go ahead, sew it like this. Use this part and cover. Stop sewing it when you get to the 3 inches. Please don't sew the back one. Oh. So to sew the upper part, just turn the down part and then insert the upper part inside and sew it round. Just insert the upper part inside the down part and then you sew it round. Sew it round, okay? And then this is it. It's very simple, guys. See it? Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, like it and share it, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. Okay, I will see you in my next video. Bye.